I was Bywater on these trips because we've had a few tales.
Oh, Stevie's just a fucking lunatic, isn't he?
I think he's a lunatic without knowing he's a lunatic.
Yeah,
and
he just thinks it's normal.
Without meaning to be a lunatic, yeah.
Mate, I remember sitting in a dressing room with him, and he was telling me about he was booking a holiday for him, his missus, and his 2 kids. Don't know if he's got more now, but he had 2 kids. So he was booking a flight. So he's like, yeah, Dave, do you think this is a good price? So I'm sitting there thinking, is he fucking winding me up here? I'm like, I know there's 4 of them. I'm like, Stevie, that's expensive for 4 people, mate. He's like, no. Like, look, have a closer look. So I'm like, go ahead. So he gives me his phone. Mate, he's paid for 12 seats. I'm like, mate, there's only 4 of yous. He's like, yeah, we sit in the middle. We've got 4 seats in front of us that are spare and 4 seats behind us so no one can sit by the kids. And this was like 2008. So this is like well before the times we're in now. So he's paying for holidays for
12 people.
For 12 people, just so no one sits by him.
I wonder if he's got rooms next door at the hotel and all, so there's no noise.
He's just a fucking lunatic. I'm like, mate, surely it can't be that bad. Like, he's like, yeah. But as he's talking to you, he's got like his hand gel. And he's like squeezing it on. And then he's like...
Was he a bit like a germ free?
I think he is. I'm not too sure, mate. To be honest, he's that much of a fucking lunatic. I never asked.
He's been way ahead of his time then, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he brought it over here. I thought, I'll wipe these out. But no, he was some character. I remember him falling out with Nigel. Like a big, massive falling out. We played on the Saturday and Nigel was fuming that no one had like made any tackles. So on the Monday, we've come in and I just like, fucking get your shin pads on. Calls us all in. So we've all done the warm-up. He's like, right, we're having an 11v11. He said, I don't care if the ball's not there, just fucking wipe out whoever's on the other team. So there's lads like playing at right back and the ball's on the left wing, mate, just getting wiped out by me playing up front just because he said, just kick everyone. But the ball's gone through to Bywater and he's come out and slid now to get hold of it. And Chris Porter's jumped over him. Oh, mate, as soon as he's jumped over him, there's murder. Right, he calls training off. Fucking get into this circle. So we all come into a circle. He turns around to Chris Porter, this is Nigel Clough, and goes, wipe him out, take his head clean off his shoulders about Bywater. So he's had this like 5-minute rant. And you can see Bywater standing there. And he's gone, right, that's it, fuck off, back in. Bywater's gone, just before we go anywhere, lads, if you ever tell anyone to take my fucking head off, I'll come round to your house, I'll kill you, I'll kill your missus, and I'll kill all your kids. Mate, he just walked off the pitch himself, clapping his hand, shouting, England's number 1. I just fucked off and just literally walked in from training. And it was like, mate, you've just threatened to kill the gaffer's family. And you think you're England's number 1? You're not even Derby's number 1, mate. I didn't have the arsehole to say it. So that's on the, I think that was the Monday, mate. On the Tuesday, we're playing Blackpool away. So we've travelled to Blackpool, Bywater's gone. Not even in the squad.
Because of that
because
incident,
of this row, yeah. So we've played Tuesday, we end up getting beat 2-0. On a Wednesday, we're all off as normal. On the Thursday, I dropped Gracie off at nursery, so I was in for like 8 o'clock. As I've drove in, I'm like, fucking hell, the gaffer's in early. Gone in, not thought anything of it. Walk past the gym, Bywater's like, Davo, come here. I'm like, what? He's like, oh my car, lad, in the gaffer's spot. I'm like, oh, mate, you haven't. He's like, yeah. He says, just sit here. Sit here with me till he pulls in. So I'm like, right, go on then. So I'm sitting there, mate, giddy as fuck, thinking, what's he going to do? Gaffer's car comes in, pulls up, goes to get in the space, obviously sees Stevie's car. Stevie double taps his boot. Boot comes up, mate. Orange helium balloons. To the back. Just came out the booth and started flowing over the windscreen.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, my God.
Mate, started flowing over his windscreen now, just like that with his fucking wipers. Trying to get rid of them.
I wasn't expecting that, lad.
No.
Mate, honestly, that's what he done. Like, but didn't say anything. Just like, Davo, just come sit here. So I'm just sitting there, mate. He pulls up, just fucking double taps, mate. The boot opens and he's just like a race. They were all racing to get out, mate. And I just sitting there like, what the fucking chance?
Thing is, he didn't know you were going to be in early either.
No.
So he'd have been more than happy for that just to be between him and Clough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, anyone that was in the building, he would be buzzing. But just, honestly, the look on his face is just like, what's this? And I'm like, next minute, all these balloons start just rushing out the back of his car. And Nigel was just like, pfft. But which is bizarre because Nigel then took him to Burton.
Yeah.
And had him for years afterwards. And when I went to Burton because I'd left Bradford and I had no club. So Nigel said to me, just come in and train, take over. So I went in. Man, they were fucking thick as thieves, the two of them. Like,
See,
best mates.
I think if that happened to me, I'd respect that. Do you know,
Mate,
I'd be
Mate,
like,
it's up there with one of the best things I've ever seen.
I can imagine.
It's like
think you've
Thursday
got-
morning, 8:15, so you've just been pumped anyway. Like Wes Houlihan was taking the piss out of us. No, when they were flying, like playing little passes around everyone. And these Davies obviously thought, right, well, I'll get you. And these fucking orange helium
Yeah, so we
balloons,
spent
mate.
all day Wednesday planning it, hadn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
What can I do?
yeah,
Fully planned it.
orange balloons. Helium. He wouldn't have just gone to a shop either, Bywater, would he? He'd get a canister of helium in his
Do it
house.
himself.
Mate, it was just the way...
Just wait
the way
till
they were-
tomorrow.
It was like they were coming out, but like it was like they were attacking Nigel's car because they were all over his windscreen and Nigel's put his wipers on it to try and get rid of them.
Did you see Nigel come in? And
No, did I fuck me? I legged it out. I literally, once the balloons had filled his windscreen, I was out there.
You're on your own, Steve.
I don't
Yeah, I
know
was
what
like-
I'll do with this.
It's all you, mate. But that's what he done, mate. So after singing, he was England's #1 to filling his car up with his balloons.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's incredible,
Yeah, it
by
is.
the way.
Mate, it's some shout. Like,
Yeah.
you could think it. And then, like, Tuesday night after getting beat, you could be bitter and sour, couldn't you? Going, well, I'll fucking show him. Mate, he's had like 72 hours to think, is this the right move? And he stuck to his guns. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling it. But they all just started flying out.
I think that's because he was that confident in his own ability that he thought, well, if I get fucked off from me, I'll get somewhere else.
I think it's just because he'd probably just got him in a choke or something if he'd have said anything, mate. Like, he was that
There's a
that
bit of cage
serious.
fighting and stuff.
Yeah, mate, he
Like,
was,
you wouldn't
he
mess
was
with him.
fucking, he was serious, mate. Like, he'd scare you. Like, even though he's so placid and, like, you could have a really good conversation with him, but then, like, just one thing will switch and you're like, mate, what the fuck's going on in your head?
Do you think he's a bit, what's that where you've got two personalities?
Split
Bipolar.
personality.
Yeah.
I think it was because he was, at that time, he was still youngish, because 4 or 5 years later, when I said to you, I went to Burton, he was just dead placid, like, nothing fazed him, he was dead laid back. Like, he was still fucking mad with his hand gel. But he was like, he wasn't confrontational, where I think at the time, he loved confrontation. And because Roy Carroll was the keeper there as well, and he was a fucking lunatic, they were just, the pair of them, mate, were just fucking wild. Like Roy Carroll, I must have been 20. So we played, and at half time, Nigel Clough was screaming at Roy Carroll. But as he's screaming, it's like a bit of spit went on Roy. And Roy just stood up, mate, and was like, you just spat at me. And Nigel was like, no. He was like, you've just fucking spat at me. And then there's just a big fucking ruck, because Roy thinks that Nigel spat at him. But Nigel was just shouting. So he brings him off for half time anyway. Fuck it, I can't even remember who comes on.
England's #1.
England's #1 must have made it in. So he's in goal. So after the game, we're getting changed and Roy's still there, like sitting there, like, I'm waiting for Nigel. I was like, mate, just leave it. Like, you've said your bit, he said his bit, just fuck it off. So I thought nothing of it. I've left the game, drove back to Liverpool to see my mum and dad. I'm driving back Monday morning, like 5:30 because I've got to be in. My phone rings. Roy? I'm like, Roy? I'm like, everything all right, mate? He's like, I've tried everyone, lad. No one's answered. You're the only one who's answered. I'm like, what's up? He's like, come to Nottingham and pick me up. I need to get into training. So I'm like, okay, mate, no worries. Send me the address. I'll go and pick you up. Gives me address for the casino. Turn up at the casino, mate. Roy Carroll walks out in the fucking club suit that he had on Saturday for the game. And just jumped in the car, mate, went to training as normal. So he'd been out from the game all day Sunday night till Monday morning. Just because he had the conflict with Nigel and he had no switch off point.
Release.
Like he just held it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just held it.
Were he pissed, Roy, or not?
Nah, because he wasn't really. He used to have a bevy, but he wasn't like when he got in the car reeking of ale. He still had the same suit on, but he wasn't reeking of ale. Nah, just like he got in with like a coffee, like he was just. It was fucking normal that he'd been in the casino for 48 hours. But just like, oh, cheers, mate. I was just sitting there thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Like, he played 12 months before he was in goal for Man U. I'm playing for Tamia, and now I'm picking him up at a casino. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But just, honestly, the two of them were...
Did they get on?
Yeah, like, really got on. But I think they both bounced off each other. I think they both had the same switch. Like, when Roy lost it, Stevie would lose it because Roy lost it. But it's not like they'd lose it.
I thought you were going to say they calmed each other down, but no, they both...
They egged each other on. And it got worse. But we played, not like your Christmas do, you play on the Saturday. We're on the train going to London. And like we're all having like a sociable few beers and Roy and Stevie are sitting next to each other. Like the only two keepers we've got, just drinking red wine. So like they're having a laugh and you can see them talking to each other and like they do a fist pump. And then the next minute, it's a harder fist pump. And the next minute, mate, they're punching each other solidly, but like knuckle to knuckle. And I'm thinking, mate, we ain't got a fucking keeper. These two fucking... But it's like, I'm stronger than you, no, you're stronger than me. But they'd just be at it all the time, but like best mates. And then it'd be like, go on, we'll leave it now. And they'd just like be back to normal, like, I like Parky, lad. You having a nice beer there? Like, mate, you fucking serious, you used to? Absolute lunatics.